Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Susan Stevens.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman. Thanks so much for joining us as we welcome 2023 with our annual About Town Extra New Year edition.
There were so many great events and interesting people we met last year. There just weren't enough shows to fit in everything.
That's right. So before we power into 2023, we bring you the extra stories we covered that didn't air as part of a show. And we start with a visit to Irving from Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter John Cicada.
John closed the Irving Symphony Orchestra's season finale last year with a show that proved he's still got the star power that launched his career. He talked with us about his musical influences and a career that's still thriving after 3 decades.
All right. Hello there. All right. I tremble inside.
My music, I feel that it's a fusion. It's a fusion of flavors. I grew up in an environment that lends itself to that. A very diverse environment in South Florida. I'm Afro-Cuban American. I grew up listening to Anglo music at the same time. That was instinctively, that was always my influences. R&B music, pop, rock, singer-songwriters. At the same time, I grew up listening to Latin music, salsa. I grew up listening to dance music. I grew up listening to so many things that were a part of my community. And I feel that my music became, is a product. It became a product of combining all those elements instinctively. Even though I always I gravitated towards singer-songwriters that were on the radio, loved listening to the radio. But nevertheless, my community, my environment had a lot to do with that too. And then of course I went on and studied music. I have a bachelor's and a master's in jazz music. So then that added to who I am also as an artist. So it's a big melting pot of a lot of different things.
This is a song that I wrote for my friend, Mr. Ricky Martin.
Well, the concert is a journey of my career. And most of my shows at this point, especially this year,
Here I am.
It's a very reflective year for me. So,
With the broken wings.
30 years into the business, so it's a journey of everything that I've done, and all the opportunities that I've had, collaborations, situations, things that have been a part of my career, and I try to encompass them into the show, and I talk about them, and I do a lot of storytelling because I enjoy that. I feel like people maybe might not know a lot of things about me until maybe I intertwine them in my show and I intertwine them with the music. So that's what the show is all about. When I look back, I'm surprised that it happened at all. I mean, at the end of the day, to have the opportunity to have success, it's a blessing among so many of God's blessings that He's handed out to me. So obviously I can't complain one bit.
The Irving Symphony celebrates their diamond anniversary this year. Learn about their 2022-23 season at irvingsymphony.org.
If you missed the Smithsonian touring exhibit, the Negro Motorist Green Book, you missed an excellent examination of Jim Crow era and traveling while black. It focused on the most crucial factor in the success of the burgeoning civil rights movement, hope. Here are some highlights from another great exhibit at the Irving Archives and Museum. The Negro Motorist Green Book exhibit is currently on a 4-year, 13-stop national tour. One of those stops was the Irving Archives and Museum.
Many of our traveling exhibitions that come through, they're two-dimensional, either framed images that go on the wall or posters. That's a pretty standard approach for traveling exhibitions. This one came in 38 crates and is an immersive experience.
The story of the Green Book comes to life through artifacts, video, and more.
It includes a lot of amazing images and graphics, as well as content, but also 3-dimensional artifacts. We have a copy of the Green Book on display. They're actually fairly rare now, the originals. They're hard to find. There are exhibit cases throughout the exhibition that highlight different parts of the country and different businesses that were part of Green Book, as well as a giant neon sign from Chicago that's just breathtaking.
The exhibit examines the difficulty Black Americans faced while traveling by car during the first half of the 20th century.
This exhibition looks at the era of the Green Book, which takes place largely during Jim Crow and the very early days of the Civil Rights Movement, and examines how the Green Book played such a vital role in African Americans being able to travel. Of course, travel was taking off throughout the country, the automobile travel, but they needed a guide so they knew where it was safe to stop.
Published by Victor Green from 1936 to 1967, the Green Book was a list of Black-owned and Black-friendly businesses all over the country. It allowed travel to be less dangerous and created economic opportunities for countless small businesses, like Murray Dude Ranch in California. The Black-owned ranch was integrated and operated from 1922 to 1960. But Green's publication also provided another benefit equally important to safety.
And he writes that in the Green Book, right? In some of the versions of the Green Book, this is about traveling with dignity and without embarrassment.
A companion exhibit provided additional context at the local level.
The Irving Black Arts Council has been an amazing partner throughout this entire project. We've created with them a local Green Book exhibition that looks at some of the local stories. It features two photographers, Calvin Littlejohn and R.C. Hickman, and their photography, so Fort Worth and Dallas, North Texas, looking at that era. Just some stunning photography, as well as some artifacts that highlight businesses and the local story from that time period. And then they've delivered some amazing programs too during this, the run of this exhibition, and so we've just really been thrilled to get to partner with them.
The exhibit explores the challenges and dangers motorists faced, but it also highlights the thriving businesses and welcoming communities they encountered in their travels. Their experiences fostered a spirit of hope, which in turn fueled the civil rights movement.
I think one of the most important things to me that I've experienced with this exhibition is just seeing through the imagery and the stories that are told how joy was an act of resistance and how important it was for African Americans to find ways to live life freely in spite of so many obstacles that were put in their path.
Visit irvingarchivesandmuseum.com to learn about upcoming exhibits.
A new eatery opened in 2022 that brought fans of the incredible edible egg out for delicious made-to-order Indian street food. And it has the perfect name, Eggholic.
What a catchy name, Eggaholic.
We have more than 40 items we make with eggs. It is Indian street food concept, and actually the reason it is street food is, well, if you go in India late night, you see a lot of street cart selling the food and they're making the food, right? And that concept, we wanted to bring it here. So this is not a traditional food where, we make the gravy and when you come, we warm it up. No, it's nothing like that. Everything is made to order.
The strength of the city is its diversity and the airport, and so it kind of fits in with that too.
Irving is the most heavily Indian population. Not only that, but they have a lot of corporate center. I heard it's very business friendly as well, right? So I said, let's, after looking into it, did some research, and we said, this is a perfect place for us. And since we opened, we are super happy, and we made a right decision opening first location in Irving.
Eggholic is located at 7750 North MacArthur Boulevard. For more information, visit their website at theeggholic.com.
Susan, Oscar season is in full force, but let's shift from dramas and epics to one of your favorite genres, horror. The new movie Megan looks entertaining but frightening. How did you like it?
Kathy, after so many heavy award contenders, it's nice to have a fun palate cleanser like this new sci-fi thriller. January is known to be dump month, where low-quality films go to be forgotten. But luckily, Megan is a whole lot of deadly fun. In the film, Allison Williams stars as Gemma, a brilliant roboticist who is obsessed with her job and perfecting the Model 3 generative android, aka Megan, for her company's new toy. Unfortunately, a terrible accident leaves her responsible for her 8-year-old niece, Katie, played by Violet McGraw. She rushes her newest project so that Megan can take on the responsibilities of a guardian that she doesn't want to be bothered with. But soon, Megan takes her role to the extreme, and Gemma must do everything she can to deactivate the AI for good.
I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out?
This hilarious campy horror is written by Akilah Cooper and James Wan and directed by Gerald Johnstone. It has all the makings for an instant horror classic. The film provides the similar thrills and humor of Child's Play while adding its own original spin. Megan is self-aware and embraces the silliness of its premise. Though the plot is ridiculous, the film also has a lot of heart by exploring grief and its impact on children, as well as people's dependency on technology. There's a reason why these AIs shouldn't replace parents, and at some point, children need to outgrow their toys. Megan is a comical story with some foolish scenes, but it is one heck of a good time. From her random dance break to her creepy spider crawl chase, you'll be laughing and shuddering at the thought of Megan as your new best friend.
Megan! What's wrong with you? Don't worry, Katie. I won't let anything harm you. Ever again.
Megan is currently playing. Check for showtimes at one of Irving's excellent local theaters.
The Irving Community Action Network, ICANN, hosted its first senior resource fair in 2022. Here are some highlights in our community spotlight.
Today is ICANN, which is Irving Community Action Network. It is actually our first senior community fair.
Irving residents gathered at the Heritage Senior Center to learn about resources and opportunities for local seniors and their caregivers.
So there's information on transportation, finances, you name it, they're here today.
Irving seniors and caregivers met with 30 vendors who helped them navigate the complex and ever-changing landscape of senior care.
It's a very fluid field. Things change all the time as far as opportunities and different agencies, what they can provide and not provide. So this is an opportunity for regular senior citizens in the community to find out what is out there, because there's many resources that are free or very low cost that can improve their lives. It's just an opportunity for seniors to get the help they need in different areas.
This is Eric Berg for About Town.
Learn more about the resources mentioned in this story at icanirving.org.
Here's a look at 2 videos we shared on social media in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. The City of Irving's Maria Gilbert demonstrates how to create the traditional calavera or skull makeup and headpiece in these tutorials.
Hi, my name is Maria Gilbert with the Capital Improvement Department, and I'm here to show you how to make a Catrina Day of the Dead headpiece. And so the supplies you will need is a headband, preferably the plastic, cable ties, 14-inch, tinsel pipe, and then the purple glitter to match your tinsel pipes, gold spray paint, flowers, and of course a glue gun. So what you'll do, you'll begin by tying zip ties on the headpiece. Now you don't want to start too low, because once you put it on your finished product, you don't want the cable ties to be hitting you on the shoulder or the tinsel pipe to be hitting you on the shoulder. So once you have attached all the cable ties, you will then take your spray paint and you will spray the whole thing, including the headpiece. Once you have that completed, then you apply your tinsel pipes in between each cable ties. Okay? Then after you have completed that process, you then take your flowers from the stem, remove them from the stem, and then you'll take your glue gun and you'll glue the bottom part of the flower, and then you would apply them to your desire, how you could have the flowers sitting at the top, the side, however you prefer. And the finished product will be this headpiece. Stay tuned for our next video for the Dia de los Muertos makeup. Hi, Hi, my name is Maria Gilbert with the Capital Improvement Department here with the City of Irving. And today I'm going to show you how to do the Dia de Muertos makeup. The supplies you will need is brushes, eyeliner, preferably black, liquid eyeliner, also preferably black, grease makeup, which is the Halloween makeup, and also cream makeup. The grease makeup is more oil-based, the cream is water-based. So for the first step, we will start with applying light fuchsia around our eyes. And go all the way around your eye. With that same color of fuchsia, you will take it and apply it right here and spread it on each side. Okay. Now you will take the purple with some black, and you want to apply that at the inner part of your eye. Okay. Now you'll take your black, and what we're trying to do is now create or trace your jawline. So you'll start from your sideburns to your mouth. Then you will take your pencil liner and darken your eyebrows. You'll apply the pencil eyeliner also at the bottom of your eyes. Okay. Then we will take the small thin brush and then take the white and trace the top part of the black line. You'll take the white paint also and apply it on your lips. We'll let this white paint stay for a little bit to dry out on the lips, so then that way we can go back and do the teeth. So now what I'm gonna do is take the fuchsia, the light fuchsia, and we're gonna apply it at the below the black line. And you're just gonna spread it downward. Okay. Then you're gonna take the brush for the black, we're gonna use the black, and along that black line, we kind of want to spread it a little bit more downward. Okay. With that same pencil, you'll take the black, and now we're gonna do the nose. And the shape that you want to create is a raindrop. And then fill it in with the black. Okay, so now we're gonna do the teeth. So I prefer the liquid eyeliner. So you start from the center of your lips. So this is your basic Dia de los Muertos makeup. Now, if you don't want to use the fuchsia, you could just use the black. All the black around the eyes and then the black shadowing and just all black shadowing here. I prefer color. Here is the Katrina headpiece from a previous video that we made. Thank you for watching. My name is Maria Gilbert.
The North Texas Quilt Festival took the Irving Convention Center by storm for 3 days, highlighting the latest equipment, techniques, and instructions for 21st century quilters.
You know, quilting and sewing is not your grandmother's art anymore. The technology that has come about in the sewing and quilt world today attracts people from age 5 or 10, all the way up to age 90. They are pushing the envelope, the pattern envelope, in ways that we can't even imagine.
One of those innovators is Diane Springer, who brings her quilting flair to everything, from clocks to seat cushions. Diane believes that events like the festival help bring new life to quilting as an art form.
There are galleries that have put quilts on as a show itself. Helped tremendously for people to look at them with a completely different eye.
One of the youngest quilters in attendance was Niles, son of Mike Odell, founder of quilting pattern company Legit Kits.
My favorite is the eagle because of it flying and the background and all the colors.
But there was fun for all ages at the festival, where attendees could experiment with the latest sewing technology, like the long arm quilting machine.
People who've never had an experience with that machine are allowed to just get their hands on and see what a great piece of equipment it is and how nice it can be in their own home.
We have national, local, and international teachers joining us here at Original Sewing Quilt Expo this week. 150 classes and workshops, hands-on, on machine, and Joe Vecchiarelli from Los Angeles.
When he is not teaching, Vecchiarelli works as a fit specialist for TV shows such as Dancing with the Stars and Project Runway.
The classes that we are teaching have literally exploded, depending on the class size. And what we're doing is we're actually showing how to fit, how to become involved in their fit.
But if you couldn't fit the North Texas Quilting Festival into your schedule this year, don't worry.
Next year, we are planning some really exciting stuff. We are going to have hundreds of quilts on display, fashion shows, tons of shopping. You owe it to yourself to come and check us out.
The North Texas Quilt Festival returns to the Irving Convention Center August 17th through 19th.
Here are a few great ways to start your year off right, happening about town. Main Stage Irving Las Colinas presents Ada and the Engine, running January 20th through February 4th in the Dupree Theater. Call 972-252-ARTS for tickets.
The Las Colinas Symphony presents cellist Iona Batchelder on Saturday, January 21st at 7:30 p.m. in Carpenter Hall. Visit irvingartcenter.com for ticket information.
David Brighton's Space Oddity, the quintessential David Bowie experience, comes to the Irving Arts Center on Friday, January 27th at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets at irvingartcenter.org.
And toddlers and preschoolers have Valentine's Day fun in store at Jumpstart Stories and Art. Take your little ones to V is for Valentine on Thursday, February 2nd at 10 a.m. in the Irving Arts Center, Suite 200. Learn more at irvingartcenter.com. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time for highlights from the 2023 Martin Luther King Jr. observance and a preview of Main Stage Irving Las Colinas' production of Ada and the Engine, a pre-tech romance heralding the computer age.
Ooh. We'll also bring you a story on the pop-up exhibit, Women, Life, Freedom, with its diverse display of works by local Iranian artists.
As always, we'd love to hear your feedback. Tell us about events going on around the community, people we should profile, or stories you'd like to see on the show.
You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you.
We'll leave you tonight with a look at a performance from Women, Life, Freedom DFW. The exhibit continues through January 21st in the Irving Arts Center main gallery. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Susan Stevens. Have a great evening.